Hello and welcome to Blockleaders.io with me, Gillian Gotzel. Today I am very excited to welcome Tanya Hardie, the ANECDOTES marketing manager at Electroneum, as my guest. Hello Tanya, and welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well, very well. So I was looking at your background. You have a really interesting marketing background and you've worked in lots of different sectors. And so I guess my question for you is, are there commonalities that you take from sector to sector? Because I see you've worked with sports and bathrooms, and on the surface you might think they're quite different. But are there common elements that you bring from one sector to the next?
I think with many industries, they generally face similar problems. So it's quite easy to actually bring the tools and the techniques and experiences that you've learned in one industry and transfer it into another. So I don't think that there's one thing in particular that I would point out, but generally marketing as a whole is quite transferable.
That's cool. And then you're now working with Electroneum. You're in the middle of the cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So were you aware of this industry before you came to work for Electroneum? Do you have any knowledge?
Probably like most people, I'd heard about Bitcoin when it had the big boom and everyone earning all of that money and stuff. And so I'd heard quite a lot about Bitcoin then, but never really took an interest into it until I met with Richard at Electroneum. And I just love the company itself, the ethos behind it, the fact that we're trying to help people in other countries. It's just absolutely amazing.
I agree. I mean, I'm a big fan of Electroneum as well, and of blockchain. And I think this project epitomizes some of the best virtues in this industry, what trying to help other people, and especially with Electroneum, because a big push is to help the unbanked. And not, as people say, bank the unbanked. It's to help the unbanked.
Yeah, it's to help them. Yeah, definitely.
It's a very different thing. So you're 1 year now with Electroneum.
Yes.
Oh my God. Has that been a roller coaster?
Sorry, what did you say?
Has that been a roller coaster for you, the 1 year?
Yeah, it's had its ups and downs, but it's been really good. I mean, we've seen fantastic growth. I've learned so much being here. Obviously, blockchain is a very big subject, and you need to learn quite a lot to be able to market the product itself. So yeah, it's been fantastic. I've been really enjoying it.
And you're spearheading a really important part of the move in Electroneum, the ANECDOTES platform. Can you explain to me what it is and what it does?
Yeah, okay. So ANECDOTES is a freelance platform where you can find a task from professionals anything from logo design to SEO experts. You're able to hire a freelancer to complete a job that you're unable to do yourself or you haven't got the time to do.
And how would it compare, for example, with the other established platform, Fiverr?
Okay, so with ANECDOTES, we don't penalise our sellers by giving them fees. So our platform has 0 fees, unlike say Fiverr that has 20% fees plus then PayPal fees on top of that. You don't need a bank account. So we are empowering people from all over the world because they don't have to have a bank account to receive payments. We have the industry fastest payout system. So sellers receive their payment as soon as a customer is satisfied with the task. We also offer 100% refund guarantee, so you can outsource your projects risk-free. And the platform is also available in 23 languages, so it is a global platform.
Wow, those are a lot of very good features. And I particularly like the fact that there's no fees, especially because a 20% fee is a lot to take off someone when their industrial wage might be very low. And I also love the fact that the payout is direct. They're not hanging on to it until the end of the month, like a lot of other shops do.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes a big, big difference. And have you used the site yourself? Have you done anything with it?
Yeah, we use it all the time. So in the marketing team, we are creating made on any task advertising campaigns quite regularly. So we're making buying tasks ourselves and then using those across social media to promote the sellers.
Well, that makes sense. I'm glad to hear that. It's always very good to use your own product. And I personally recently used it. I got a voucher from a conference.
And how did you find it?
Oh, it was amazing. Well, first of all, during lockdown, I decided to go painting and illustrating, the things you don't normally do. People got very arty-farty, and I didn't do baking or gardening, but I did the painting bit. And I had this little book that I wanted to lay out, and I did some illustrations. And if I had gone through an ordinary, it would have cost a couple €100. I'm sure to have someone put it together and get it ready for CreateSpace and Kindle. But I used the voucher, and then I ended up spending, I think it was $45 in total, and that included the voucher. So it was only maybe $35 that I spent, and that's dollars, not euros. And I had the most amazing, amazing book. And the chap that I worked with, he was a young guy, student, and he was very good. We had sometimes putting a book up for Kindle and CreateSpace, it can reject books. It's kind of be fussy about where you have your layout and stuff like that. So we had to have a few goes at it for sure. But he was very patient, and he was very responsive, and he was lovely. And then afterwards, when I I thanked him very much, and I gave him a tip as well. He was over the moon. And that was really nice. So I had a very pleasant experience. I had the outcomes that I wanted. My books where I could publish them in hardback and in softback. But the experience was nice. And I said, we had some hiccups for sure, and that happens. But he was great. I said, oh, this is not right. He said, oh my God, it's not. And he fixed it straight away. So and it was very inexpensive.
Oh, I'm glad you had a really good experience.
Well, I definitely recommend. I do recommend it to a lot of my friends. Have you used AnyTask? Oh dear. So tell me now, the last question, Tanya. Are you working mostly from home this lockdown, or are you in the office?
No, we're working from home at the moment, and we have done since since March.
Yeah. Do you find that difficult?
No, not really. We're all quite interactive and communicating with each other every day. We have team meetings all the time, and I actually find it more productive because I have less distractions going on.
That's fair enough. Yeah, chatting at the water cooler or getting those.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Tanya. So it's very nice to meet you, and I really love the AnyTask platform. So good luck with promoting that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.